We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a...
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys how to grind gingerbread in Adopt Me. The winter update is coming to an end, and obviously everyone is trying to grind as much as possible, so that is why I'm doing this video as well as it being suggested. So I'm going to pop the comment on screen right now, but thank you for suggesting this. And I did do a video like this a couple years ago, if anyone wants to check that out. It won't be as informative as this one, but I will link it in the description below. But anyways, let's get straight into the video. So throughout this video, I'm basically going to be breaking down every minigame as well as the skating, since even though it's not a proper minigame, you still get gingerbread from it, and basically how you can get as much gingerbread possible out of each minigame. The reindeer race. The reindeer race is the quickest and shortest minigame within this winter update, and all you have to do is ride on your reindeer and you have to catch Santa in the quickest time, as well as collecting gifts on the way. So a tactic that I use for this minigame is to basically be on the outside of the rings, because if you're on the inside lane rather than the outside lane, you're faster, and obviously the quicker the time you catch Santa, the more gingerbread you earn. But you also need to make sure that you collect the gifts, since the gifts also give you more gingerbread. So every now and again you might swerve outwards to the other side of the ring if the gift's there, or if it's directly on the left side, then you can carry on being on the outside of the ring. Basically, you're not really on the outside, you're more like on the line of the ring, just to make sure that you touch the ring, because if you're on the outside, you may not possibly be able to touch the ring. But as long as you keep doing this and staying near the edge, you can catch Santa fast. For example, the shortest time I have caught Santa in is within 36 point something seconds, and because of that, I have gotten between 3.5k and 4k gingerbread. The Frost Bridge. There isn't exactly a tactic for this minigame. In some way, it's just whether you're lucky or not, because you've got a 50-50% chance whether one tile is right and one tile is wrong. And I just want to say, first of all, unless you really want to, I recommend not risking your life unless you have a spare life, because it's obviously a 50-50 chance, and you know, whether you have a spare life or not, you could, you know, still fall. But you know, if you don't have a spare life, you'll die, and if you do have a spare life, you'll still be alive. So you know, but obviously the more tiles you get right, the more gingerbread you get. And obviously, you know, if you keep on going and getting them right, and you touch the pile of gingerbread first, you get more gingerbread for being first, because it's basically like first, second and third. Like, depending what order you touch it, the more gingerbread you get. So obviously, if you do want to risk your life to try and get more gingerbread, you can, but at the same time, it's kind of controversial because you could have a higher chance of losing it as well. However, one tactic that can be useful for this minigame is in a private server, since you will only have 4 tiles since you're by yourself, and it will be much easier to do, and you can still get the same amount of gingerbread even if you're in a public server with more people. So the amount of gingerbread I normally get from this minigame is between 2k and 3.5k, since sometimes I've done really well and I've guessed a lot, and you know, I've also gotten first place, and other times I haven't gotten first place, or you know, I haven't gotten any tiles right because I've just let everyone die for me. The snowball minigame. There isn't really a tactic to this minigame at all, only because every time you play the minigame again, it varies, because you may be in a different server with different people and you don't know whether they're good or bad at this minigame, as well as even if you're on the same server, the teams could basically swap every now and again. Another thing that can vary is the amount of hits you get, as well as if you win or lose. But in some way, I've been trying to look into this, but I don't really think the hits do that much, because I've gotten like 14 hits before, and then I've also gotten like 4, and you know, obviously both times I've won, and I've roughly gotten the same gingerbread, so you don't really need to worry about the hits too much. You just need to worry about like your team effort and just making sure whether you win or lose, because if you lose, you at least get 1.5k gingerbread, which is really good, and obviously if you win, you get 1k more, which is 2.5k. For people who are trying to grind for gingerbread on the last day, it's better to use this tactic that I'm about to explain to get as much gingerbread as possible, because what you can do is you can go into a private server, and I've never done this by the way, but you can use an ult, and basically it takes about 3 hits to knock down someone properly. So basically you can just keep hitting your ult until they're dead and the minigame's over. And obviously you've won, but your ult has lost. So if you think about that, you get 2.5k gingerbread and your ult gets 1.5k gingerbread as well as like the extra gingerbread that you can also get. So you know, you're at least getting about 4k gingerbread from, you know, that one little mini game because you're using 2 accounts. And obviously, you know, you can't transfer gingerbread, so you know, if you want to get something, then on both accounts you'd have to save up for that amount of gingerbread, but you can basically get more within roughly the same time. Skating. One thing I recommend you make sure that you do is that every Adopt Me day, which is basically every 10 minutes, to do the ice skating, because this is basically an easy 2k gingerbread and you can get this under a minute. And I recommend to do this when the day starts, since you can have enough time to do the skating before the mini game. And if you know, you can leave your task till after the mini game, but if you're really fast, you can also have enough time to do the task before the mini game. Obviously, I wouldn't advise you to rush things, so I recommend do the task after the mini game, because obviously you want to make sure that you get that gingerbread first. This will then assure you that you've gotten at least 1,920 gingerbread, and as I said, it's better to do it first, since if it respawns every 10 minutes, you could miss out on some if you try to do it the last second. Let's say you've done the mini game and now it's camping, and you've gone to camping, but you've got about a minute before it respawns. You will not have exactly too much time to get the gingerbread, and even though you'd get some, you wouldn't get 100% of the 1,920 gingerbread. A couple more things I just want to tell you guys is to make sure you've done at least one space of speedy, since after you do a single race for the first time, you get free gingerbread. And obviously, even though the advent calendar is gone, you would have also had some days where you got 3k gingerbread from it. So if you miss them, you might be a bit behind than others. So if we do have the advent calendar next year, make sure that you get the gingerbread from them days. Obviously, we won't know what days they are, but even if it's for 5 minutes, make sure you log in and get what's in the calendar, because it could be some gingerbread. One final thing, which is obviously I cover this in my candy video for, you know, how to grind candy with the Halloween update, is that this can take a bunch of time. Like the candy in the Halloween update, you can earn about 30k gingerbread an hour, and this may not always be the case, since depending how well you do in the mini games, this can vary, but you can get at least the most 30k gingerbread. So if you think about that, if you want to make a neon ermine or something like that, you might have to play for about 2 hours max. Anyways, hopefully this video helped you guys on how to grind gingerbread in Adopt Me, as well as just some other little tactics that you could use within the final days of this winter update. And if it did help you, I'd appreciate if you left a like and subscribe with notifications not to miss any other videos. You can also go follow my socials, link below. You don't have to, but you can if you want to, feel free to. And comment below how much gingerbread you have, because at the moment I'm very close to 2.5 million, which is my main goal, and I'm probably going to do a video spending it tomorrow, which hopefully you guys will look out for. And if you also have any more suggestions for videos, put them in the comment section below and I will do them. Obviously it's the new year, and obviously you guys have been asking for things such as reaction videos and all that, and hopefully I will get back to them soon. I haven't done them for a while, mainly because my old phone didn't have a lot of storage, and obviously I have my new phone now, so you'll probably get you know, some new videos and longer videos as well. But as I said, hopefully this video helped you, and I will see you in the next one. So goodbye.